Welcome here to this Sunday afternoon here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Round number 2, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series brings us here to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the running of the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. We wrap up this weekend here with a 56-lap race with 40 drivers on pit road, getting set to go racing here this afternoon on what is a beautiful day here at Las Vegas. So far, the racing this weekend has been pretty insane, and it began on Friday night with a NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series. Brett Moffitt opened up the 2020 campaign with his second consecutive win on Friday night. And then all the action carried over into Saturday when Justin Allgaier got around Chase Briscoe due to lap traffic in turn number 1 on the final lap, scoring Allgaier the win in the Boyd Gaming 300. And now we will set our focus here on the Pennzoil 400 this afternoon. Nobody walks into the Las Vegas Cup garage this weekend with as much swagger, momentum, and confidence than former series champion Kurt Busch. Last week, Kurt Busch scored his second career win in a Great American race, holding off Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Jimmie Johnson in the process. He delivered Chip Ganassi Racing their second win in the Daytona 500 10 years after their first 500 win, which came with Jamie McMurray in the 1. That win automatically locked Kurt Busch into the playoffs for 2020, but who will join him today? Or will Busch start off the year with back-to-back wins? We'll find out soon enough. As we take a look now at our upcoming schedule for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, we will head to the Auto Club Speedway next Sunday, and then we will end our West Coast swing at Phoenix 2 weeks from today. That is all of the pre-race news. Let's send it down trackside for the opening ceremonies here from Las Vegas.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks.
Drivers, start your engines!
And now the engines are fired, and let's take a look at your Pennzoil 400 starting lineup here from Las Vegas. Row number 1, Eric Almirola with his third career Cup Series pole. He will lead the field to green, next to the 22 of Joey Logano, who won this race 1 year ago. Row 2, Martin Truex Jr., a 2-time Las Vegas winner, alongside William Byron in the Auto Guard Chevrolet. Row 3, Chevrolet drivers, 42 of Kyle Larson and the 88 of Alex Bowman. Row 4, Rookie of the Year contender Tyler Reddick with a nice qualifying effort in the number 8 car, next to Bubba Wallace, who also surprised us in qualifying with an 8th place starting position. Row 5 is Brian Keselowski, a 3-time Las Vegas winner, next to Kevin Harvick, who won this race 2 years ago. Row 6 is the Busch brothers, Kurt Busch, last week's winner, alongside younger brother Kyle Busch in the 18. Row 7, the number 20 of Eric Jones for Joe Gibbs Racing, alongside the Wood brothers number 21 of Matty Benedetto. Row 8, it is Chris Buescher in the Fastenal Ford Mustang with Michael McDowell in the 34. Row number 9, Austin Dillon in the number 3 for Richard Childress Racing, and alongside the sophomore driver Ryan Preece in the 37. As you see, the cars are now rolling off pit lane. Row number 10, Chase Elliott in the Hendrick Motorsports number 9, alongside Clint Boyer in the 14. Row 11, Denny Hamlin still looking for his first trip to victory lane here at Las Vegas, next to Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, in the 6. Row 12, rookie contender Christopher Bell dominated the Xfinity race here last fall, and Corey LaJoie for Co-Fast Racing. Row number 13, Cole Custer, the rookie in the 41, and Ty Dillon in the Twisted Tea Chevrolet for Germain Racing. Row 14, Mexico native Daniel Suarez for the Gott Brothers organization, alongside Ross Chastain, John Inspired Motorsports 77 this weekend. Row 15, John Hunter Nemechek in the 38, next to 7-time champ Jimmie Johnson in the 48. Row 16 is rookie Quinn Houff for Starcom Racing, next to Ryan Blaney all the way back in 32nd place in the Menards Ford. Row 17 is Reed Sorensen coming off a top 10 run in last week's Daytona 500 next to his rookie teammate Brennan Poole in the 15. Row 18, Joey Gase in the Rick Ford Racing 52 next to J.J. Yaley, who also scored a top 10 finish in last week's Daytona 500. Row number 19, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who spun on his qualifying effort on Friday. He'll start 37th alongside Timmy Hill in the 66. And running out the field on row number 20, Rick Ware Racing teammates of Bailey Curry in the 53, making his first start of the year, next to Garrett Smithley in the 51. We had a total of 40 cars show up. All 40 cars made the show. We had no drivers go home this weekend. And now we take a look at the stage format. Stage 1 will be 14 laps. Stage 2 will also be 14 laps. And then the final stage will be a grand total of 28 laps to settle it out here in the Pennzoil 400. Eric Almirola, 2 career wins in his Cup Series career. Won the July race at Daytona in 2014, then he won Talladega in 2018. But still looking for his first non-restricted plate win in his Cup Series career. Joey Logano, the 22, carrying the Pennzoil colors in the Pennzoil 400. He'll be on the outside of the front row. Martin Truex and William Byron and Kyle Larson, your top 5 as we come down here to the green flag. And Almirola leads us off to the green flag, and we are underway in the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. And a pretty good jump there on the inside by the 10 of Almirola, getting a little bit of a good push from the 19 of Martin Truex to clear the 22 on corner exit of turn 2. And now Martin Truex wasting no time to the inside of that 10 car, trying to take that lead away in the 19. And a great run on the outside from both Almirola and Logano. So they will both clear the 19 off of turn number 4. But now Truex fighting back on the inside for second place. Now the battle is on for third place. Martin Truex and Kyle Larson. Here goes Joey Logano to the inside. This is a battle for the lead now. The 22 on the inside, the 10 on the outside. Logano trying to find the grip downstairs. But here comes Larson on the outside in the 42. It's Almirola now in front of Larson, Logano, Truex, and Alex Bowman. William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch, your top 10. Then you have Bubba Wallace back here in 11th, Kevin Harvick in 12th. As we look further back here, there's Jimmy Johnson having to work his way from 27th. Right now, he qualified back in 30th. He's up to 27th. Ryan Blaney now up to 28th. And there's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's back in 36. And Martin Truex has now gotten around Kyle Larson and Joey Logano now to take second away. And now Logano trying to hold the 88 of Alex Bowman at bay. There's William Byron catching this top 5. But so far, it's been a really good weekend, though, for rookie Tyler Reddick. Certainly has been the only rookie to really show top 10 speed this week, and he was pretty fast in practice. Obviously, he qualified inside the top 10 and qualifying. Right now, trying to hold that 7th spot down, but Brian Keselowski trying to fight hard on the inside. As now Larson's making a run for second on Truex. And here comes Truex to the outside of Almirola. Here we go to battle for the lead from the outside. Martin Truex trying to get that lead away from Eric Almirola, and he will lead this lap at the line. And Larson has thoughts of making it 3 wide here in turn 1. Truex has to go 1 groove higher in turn number 1, but he will clear the 10 of Almirola and take the lead here off turn number 2. And now Logano tries that outside line like Truex did. See if he can find any luck up top, and he's on the outside of Almirola. We are now halfway here in stage number 1. It's Martin Truex, Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, and Kyle Larson. Keselowski is still trying to get around the 8 of Tyler Reddick. He's been unable to do so. Here's Kevin Harvick now trying to make a pass on the 18 of Kyle Busch. Right on the bumper of his former teammate Kurt Busch in the 1. And right now running out your top dozen is Matty Benedetto. Then is Chase Elliott. One of our biggest movers has been the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He's now all the way up to 14th. Eric Jones 15th. Bubba Wallace has fell to 16th. There's Chris Buescher. Austin Dillon, Clint Boyer, Michael McDowell. And it's pretty separated back here. And there's the 52 of Joey Gase. He is very off the pace. He's over 20 seconds behind race leader Martin Truex Jr. And now you see Alex Bowman's trying to get around the 42 of Kyle Larson. He's got around his teammate William Byron in that 24. Now you see Keselowski's finally gotten around the 8 of Tyler Reddick. And now the 4 of Kevin Harvick going to try to negotiate the number 8 of Reddick as well on the inside lane in turn 3. We've seen this all weekend long. It's been so hard to pass down low on the inside lane, especially in turn 1 and 2. We just lose so much momentum, so much grip. We just cannot hold the throttle down. And we've seen so many guys. We've seen it already in this race. Where the guy upstairs on the outside can just hold down the gas a lot more and hold off the challenger on the inside lane. But even though Martin Truex got around the 22, he is not pulling away by no means, as the 22 is still on his bumper. This is a battle for the lead. Martin Truex and Joey Logano. Third place again, Kyle Larson continuing to try to get around that 10 of Almirola, but just can't make it happen. Almirola gets the momentum up top. And there's Bowman inside the top 5 in the 88, and there they go around the 52. Joey Gase to put him 1 lap down, 10 laps into the Pennzoil 400. 3 laps to go here in stage number 1. 39 cars are still on the lead lap. The next up would be the 66 of Timmy Hill, who would go a lap down. And then it would be the 51 of Garrett Smithley. Kurt Busch now fell outside the top 10 of the 1. Just got passed by Matty Benedetto and Kyle Busch, getting held up by Tyler Reddick and Kyle Busch. I'm not sure if he was cleared, but he was going to clear himself one way or another as he kind of chopped Chase Elliott's nose up there on the front straightaway. Larson still trying to go get around Almirola in the 10, as they have now lapped the 66 of Timmy Hill to put him 1 lap down. As we look further back here, Bubba Wallace in the 43 on the outside of the 17 of Chris Buescher. There's Austin Dillon in the 3, as Wallace going to try to get around the 52 of Joey Gase, and no contact. And the round goes to 43 of Bubba Wallace down here in turn 1. Big crash here on lap number 13 of the race. Joey Gase involved. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had nowhere to go. Neither does the 54 of J.J. Yaley. Caution flag will wave, and this is actually the final lap of the stage. They just took the 14th and final lap, and the 54 J.J. Yaley had a great run in last week's Daytona 500. He's on pit lane along with a 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who was trying to work his way up through the field. Also involved Jimmy Johnson, coming off a top 5 finish last week. It's like Ryan Blaney involved in the 12, Bubba Wallace in the 43. And then the 52 of Joey Gase was also involved. And when the caution came out, they did put the 51 of Garrett Smithley 1 lap down. So I believe the 51 should be the free pass under this caution flag. But big crash in tournament number 1 has put us on the yellow for the first time this afternoon. Let's take a look at the replay of what happened to Bubba Wallace. So we were following along with Bubba Wallace when this crash took place in turn number 1, and they are catching a slower 52 of Joey Gase, and they're trying to navigate their way through the 52 car. Looks like Bubba goes to the outside, but Joey Gase was coming up at the same time, and there's Chris Buescher getting involved. Jimmy Johnson, nowhere to go for Ryan Blaney. Corey LaJoie also involved in the 32 car. And we saw the 48 come down the track and get clobbered by the 47 of Stenhouse. There's Stenhouse. He was running 31st at the time. And then here comes the 54. Yaley also running into the 48 Jimmy Johnson. Terrible crash down here in turn 1. And Joey Gase, you have to believe he was opening up the inside for whoever was, may have been Austin Dillon, to let the inside lane go. Well, that was Chris Buescher. Let's look at it one more time. See, Bubba, he already chosen the outside lane around the 52 of Joey Gase, and Gase just came up the track and nowhere to go for a lot of these guys. Ryan Blaney, Corey LaJoie. Now, Ryan Blaney had trouble on his qualifying run, as did the 48 Jimmy Johnson and the 47 Stenhouse. And being back here in traffic, certainly gonna pretty much take all these guys out of the race here at Las Vegas. But as that was going on, we did have a stage winner, and it was the, if I can find him, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. He will win stage number 1, Joey Logano second, Kyle Larson will be third in stage 1. I'm going back green here on here at the beginning of stage number 2, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and William Byron. The top 10 who all got stage points in stage number 1. We can tell you that the 48 Jimmy Johnson has taken his car behind the wall, same with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., J.J. Yaley, Joey Gase, and Corey LaJoie. They are all done for the afternoon. Timmy Hill is one lap down still, along with, actually that's it, Timmy Hill. Garrett Smithley got the free pass under caution, but we are back underway here with Martin Truex bringing us off turn number 2. That is the 42 of Kyle Larson trying to get second away from the 22 of Joey Logano. And there's the 88 of Alex Bowman in fourth, and Kevin Harvick now getting up here inside the top 5 in the 4. And we have a car leaving pit lane. That was the 34 of Michael McDowell leaving pit lane. So problems already for the 34 of Michael McDowell, but he is back on track, one lap down to leader Martin Truex. First battle on track, though, is for 9th place. That's William Byron going around the 18 of Kyle Busch. There's Matty Benedetto in the 21, Chase Elliott in the 9, Eric Jones. Further back, we have Tyler Reddick. He has fell out almost outside the top 15. After qualifying inside the top 10, there's Clint Boyer. He's been methodically working his way up through the field. He is now 16th. Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, Ryan Preece, and Ryan Newman, your top 20. Christopher Bell, 21st. Daniel Suarez, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon, and Quinn Houff. Brendan Poole, Reed Sorensen, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, who got some damage, is 29th, and Bailey Curry, your top 30. And some other cars who has damage, Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney. But it's been all Martin Truex Jr. here so far. As soon as he took the lead away from the 10 of Eric Almirola, he has not really looked back, but he has company down the inside. Here comes Logano back to the inside with 3 wide behind him, though. Alex Bowman, Kevin Harvick, and Brad Keselowski. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th, with 7th place Denny Hamlin now making a run on the inside in the 11. So Logano run a little bit higher up the track, trying to get a little bit more speed and momentum coming off the corner to try to carry him down that front straightaway in front of Kyle Larson. And Harvick again looking to the inside of Bowman. Now we have a battle here for the 9th spot. That is Matty Benedetto on the outside, the 18 of Kyle Busch on the bottom. William Byron behind them in the 24, but Busch still has his nose on the inside of the 21 of the Benedetto. It is single file through almost the entire front pack until you get around 22nd. There's Daniel Suarez and Ty Dillon. And there's Michael McDowell. He's going by some of these slower cars back here. You remember his 1 lap down. Now, he did get out in front of the 66 of Timmy Hill, but we also have another car come down pit road, the 77 of Ross Chastain. He's been on and off pit road. He's now 2 laps down in the 77, so not quite sure what's going on with the Aspire Motorsports Chevrolet. But he's now 2 laps down. So should we get a caution, which we will get a caution at some point, Michael McDowell is right now in position to get the free pass. 4th place yet again, Alex Bowman continuing to hold on to 4th place with Brad Keselowski, who has now gotten around the 4. Kevin Harvick trying to get around that 88 as the top 3 are trying to scoot away. We have 5 laps to go here in stage number 2. Now we saw the first. Now in last Friday night Truck Series race, Austin Hill won both stage 1 and stage 2, but he did not get the victory. Last night in the Xfinity Series race, Justin Allgaier won both stage 1 and stage 2. He did win the race. Right now, Martin Truex has won stage 1, and he's on his way to possibly winning stage 2. Should he be able to hang on? Yes, Kyle Larson now looking to the inside of Logano. That is for 2nd place. And when you see a guy like Larson make that move to the inside, it slows not only him down, but it will help slow the 22 down, as Logano had a huge run on Truex in turn 3. And when these 2 cars get side by side, it punches such a big hole in the air where even at a track like Las Vegas, the draft can come into play. And you see the guys back here are now closing in. Brian Keselowski, Alex Bowman, as they will now catch the 66 of Timmy Hill to put him a 2nd lap down. And they all get around him pretty safe. Looks like Kevin Harvick may get stuck behind the 66, but here it comes in the middle on the outside of the 11 of Denny Hamlin. 3 laps to go here in stage 2. Now it would be 2 laps to go with Martin Truex still out in front. It's been pretty clean so far, though, here in stage number 2. Martin Truex Jr. has dominated so far. He took the lead away from Eric Almirola on lap 5. Led the remainder of stage 1, and he has led all of stage number 2. He's closing in on the 77 of Ross Chastain. That would put him a 3rd lap down. You know Ross does not want that, but here comes Truex. Well, he held up the 19 on. Oh, he kind of came down on the 19 of Truex. He tried to shut the door, but he was just unable to do so. So Chastain will go a 3rd lap down. But at the line, Logano looks to the inside. Can't make nothing happen, and Martin Truex will win stage number 2. Here at Las Vegas, gets him another playoff point. And it'll be Julie Logano 2nd, Kyle Larson 3rd. Alex Bowman was able to hang on to 4th place, and Brad Keselowski will complete your top 5. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, Matt DiBenedetto, and Kyle Busch, your top 10. As we will get set now for the final stage coming your way here at Las Vegas. We're back live here at Las Vegas, getting your set for the restart. The final stage here in the Pennzoil 400. We have 35 cars on track. The 34 of Michael McDowell got the free pass, so he's back on the lead lap in 33rd place. Timmy Hill is currently 2 laps down in the 66, and Ross Chastain is currently 3 laps down in the 77. So it is Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano, your front row, coming down back to the green flag. We are back underway here in the Pennzoil 400. Pretty good jump there on the outside by the 22 of Logano. On the outside of Martin Truex, he has the 88 of Alex Bowman behind him in the 88. And you really know it's very important for Logano to try to stay on the outside of the 19 of Martin Truex. And it looks like he still is right there on the corner panel of the 19. And look at Logano pack it down in there in turn 3 on the outside. And he's going to clear the 19 of Truex off turn number 4. At the line, Joey Logano goes to the lead in the 22. That is the second lead change of the day. And now Kyle Larson, you saw him trying to take that spot away from the 19 of Truex. Look at what it does to the inside lane. It just slows that lane down so much. Now here comes Hamlin, Almirola, and Kyle Busch all on the outside lane as they come off turn number 4. Larson falling back. Oh, Almirola nearly got turned with the 18 of Kyle Busch. Second place battle though. Here comes Hamlin out to the inside of his teammate Martin Truex. Almirola now getting to the bumper of the 19 of Truex. Now to the 88 of Alex Bowman. They're 3 wide yet again. Kyle Busch pushing Hamlin up to their other teammate Martin Truex. But the momentum on the outside will pay dividends for Alex Bowman and Martin Truex. They will now go second and third and try to chase down the 22 of Joey Logano. This is a 28-lap stage, so we have already 25 laps to go here from Vegas. Logano, Bowman, and Truex first, second, and third. And now Almirola going by the 11 of Denny Hamlin on the outside lane. And battle for the lead. You saw Bowman picking his nose to the inside of the 22. Unable to make it happen though down low. You have to believe that they're going to have to try to get on the outside of Logano through the corners, mainly turn 3 and 4, because that's where we saw Martin Truex take the lead away from Eric Almirola. It was on the outside in turns 3 and 4, and it worked out for the 19. But it's so hard to pass for you. It's just, you're very limited on what you can do to get around the cars in front of you. And now you see Brad Keselowski on the inside of Denny Hamlin, but I'm not sure that will pan out to be great for the 2 car, because here comes Hamlin and Kyle Busch, and now the 4 Kevin Harvick on that outside line. They're going to train by the 2 of Keselowski here up turn 4. Another driver who's worked his way up inside the top 10, the 20 of Eric Jones, as well as the 14 of Clint Bowyer. He's now 11th. DiBenedetto and Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Austin Dillon, your top 15. There's Newman, Kurt Busch is down now in 17th. Ryan Preece, Cole Custer, and Christopher Bale, your top 20. Tyler Reddick's now back in 21st in the 8 car. Fourth place now, Denny Hamlin on the inside of Eric Almirola. It's probably the best we've seen anybody hang on the inside of another car in turn 1. Very nice corner by Denny Hamlin, but now they're still going to try to gang up on the outside. Here comes Brad Keselowski on the outside of the 11 as Alex Bowman continuing to put pressure on the 22 of Logano. And it was Logano who had to hold off his teammate Brad Keselowski to win here 1 year ago. Now, this was the 3rd race of the year 1 year ago. This is the 2nd race of the year this year, as his schedule changed quite a bit. Almirola still on the outside. He has Denny Hamlin behind him in the 11. They're going to go around the 2 of Keselowski. There's Clint Bowyer going around the 9 of Chase Elliott. And that is 12th and 13th on the track. And these guys up here, about the top dozen, kind of separated themselves from further back with Austin Dillon and Kurt Busch, who's now up inside the top 15. And Kyle Larson, probably the biggest loser on that restart was the 42 of Kyle Larson. He restarted in 3rd place. Currently finds himself in 10th, about to be passed by the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. We have 18 laps to go here at Las Vegas. We've seen lap traffic already come into play this afternoon as Truex dives to the inside of Bowman, but Bowman is running that higher line. Can he get a run on Logano coming off 4? But very soon, though, they will be catching the 66 of Timmy Hill to put him a 3rd lap down. And we saw, remember, if you watched yesterday's Boyd Gaming 300 in the Xfinity Series race, Chase Briscoe was in Joey Logano's position. He was pretty much dominant. Nobody could get around him. And on the final lap, entering turn 1, Briscoe caught some slower cars on the inside and held them up, allowed Justin Allgaier to get to his outside and make the pass and would go on to win the race. It could happen again today. You just never know until this race is over. As 4th place now hitting up Kyle Busch. He's now been working his way up through the field. He's now inside the top 5 for the first time this afternoon. He's gotten around the 2 of Keselowski, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, 4 Kevin Harvick. And this is currently a 13-car breakaway single file. Then it's Kurt Busch and Austin Dillon now your top 15. And there goes Keselowski high, Hamlin down low. But once again, just can't make nothing happen down low on the inside in turn 1. And really turn 3 as well. 2nd place, Martin Truex went down low, and here comes Almirola. That may actually hurt the 19 as Almirola will now get it on the outside of the 19. And here we are with slower car of Timmy Hill once again. Ken Logano navigating his way through the 66. And Timmy Hill took Logano's line. Here comes the outside by Almirola to the outside of the 22. Timmy Hill's not gonna. He's gonna end up holding up the outside of Eric Almirola. That allows Logano, Bowman, Kyle Busch to go by. Almirola now gonna try to get through the middle. They make contact. Around goes the 10. Almirola spins, takes out the 19 of Truex. Hamlin's involved. Boyer hard hit by the 6 of Ryan Newman. Caution will come out for the 2nd time today, and once again it's because of a lap down car. Tyler Reddick involved. Ty Dillon spinning through the grass. So is Daniel Suarez. Caution is out once again here at Las Vegas. And it all began when Eric Almirola tried to thread the needle. He went through the middle of Timmy Hill and another car on his inside. But it did not play out the way he was hoping for. And there's Timmy Hill, his car. He is done for the afternoon. And I believe this will... And Timmy Hill was, I believe, would have been the free pass car. But because he was involved in this crash, I don't believe he will get back on the lead lap. But Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick, the top 5. Certainly some big names involved in this crash, such as Almirola, Martin Truex, and Denny Hamlin. Let's take a look at a replay. And here's where it all takes place down here in turn 3 and 4. There's Eric Almirola in the 10-year pole center trying to go in the middle of this battle there with 3 wide. I believe that's Lube, Eric Jones on the bottom. And you can't blame Almirola for being aggressive because we have only 13 laps to go, and with how hard it is to pass, aggressive is gonna really take out a lot of these guys. Almirola, Chase Elliott got a piece of it in the 9 car. Denny Hamlin, hard impact by Clint Boyer. Almirola goes back at the track, nowhere to go for Ryan Newman or Cole Custer in the 41. And then Custer comes back up, takes out the gate of Tyler Reddick. And then Ty Dillon, we saw the 13. Oh, right there, he runs right into Timmy Hill. And then it's like the 96 of Suarez will end up running into the 13 of Ty Dillon. So a lot of cars involved in our 2nd caution of the day, not including the stage breaks. Take one more look at it. And this happened around the 6th spot. Because for a moment we thought, Eric Almirola was going to he's going to go to lead from the outside lane. And then Timmy Hill came up, took his line away, and Almirola just trying to move him up the track, but they just got hooked together and just product of racing and lap down cars, and a lot of good cars torn up here in what is the 2nd caution of the day. That was a hard hit by Ty Dillon. He ran in the back of Tim Hill almost full speed. A lot of cars involved here, and one driver who is not involved is going to be your race leader, Joey Logano. Can he hang on Restart from the Pennzoil 400 coming your way right now. Alright, now we are going green here, this time by with Joey Logano and Alex Bowman in your front row. Drivers who went to the garage after this most recent caution, they include Timmy Hill, Clint Boyer, Ty Dillon, Ryan Newman, Tyler Reddick, Eric Almirola, and Cole Custer, leaving us with 28 cars on the lead lap. And Joey Logano in the 22, Alex Bowman the 88, your front row. Green flags back in the air. And we have 9 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Pretty good jump by Logano. Bowman had a chance to get down below and get in front of Kyle Busch, but was unable to do so. And here comes the 18 in the second place. Getting a great push by Kevin Harvick. Here comes Kyle Busch for the lead. To the bumper, the 22 of Logano. These two cars tangled up a couple of years ago, which resulted in a fight on pit road between these two former teammates, Logano and Busch. And Kyle Busch is a hometown hero. He has 1 career win at Las Vegas. This is his home race, his home track. And he got this win about 11 years ago. Looking for win number 2 here at Las Vegas. Third place now, Bowman in the 88. Keselowski up top. And here comes running outside by the 2 of Keselowski. Also now inside the top 10, Matty Benedetto, Eric Jones. We saw Chase Elliott get a piece of damage in that crash, but he's still up here inside the top 10 as Busch going for the lead here in turn 1. As they get side by side, that will allow the 2 of Brad Keselowski to close in on the 18 of Kyle Busch and the 22 of Joey Logano. They come off turn number 4. It will be 6 laps to go at Las Vegas. Here comes Kyle Busch for the lead. Getting pushed by the 2 of Keselowski. A big push from the 2 takes him possibly to the lead as Keselowski makes it 3 wide. And that will be a lead change. Kyle Busch goes to the lead. A big push from Keselowski sends the 18 by Brad's own teammate Logano, the 22. And if Kyle Busch can go on to win this race, that will be an awkward Monday meeting at the Tim Penske shop between Logano and Keselowski. Now second place heating up, that's Brad on the inside of Logano. Kyle Busch began this year in victory lane. He won the Busch Clash at Daytona after winning the series championship in 2019. Looking for win number 57 of his Cup Series career. Now Keselowski down low on the inside of Logano. Eric Jones on the outside of the 42 of Kyle Larson. There's Chase Elliott. That whatever damage he got from that crash a little while ago certainly did not affect the speed or handling on that 9 car. William Byron 11, Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, who's back up to 14th. We saw him get some really good damage as well. So did Martin Truex, but they were still moving their way forward. They're going around the 37 of Ryan Preece, John Hunter Nemechek, Michael McDowell, Reed Sorensen having a nice run, and Chris Buescher. That is your top 20. As we'll be coming down to 2 laps to go for the 18 of Kyle Busch. Driving away from the 22 of Logano. Crew Chief Adam Stevens out of the bit box, looking for the 3rd title this year. Their first win of the year. This win would put them in the playoffs, joining his older brother Kurt Busch, who picked up the win in last week's Daytona 500. Through turns 3 and 4. Wasn't really a factor for most of the day, but he made up some spots at the beginning of stage number 3. Got cleared of that crash that took out a lot of front runners, and now finds himself in the spot to pick up a win here at Las Vegas. Down the back straightaway they go for the final time. He qualified back in 12th place, wasn't really a factor for most of the day, but that does not matter now. He comes out the final corner and the checker flag is in the air. Kyle Busch wins the Pennzoil 400 here at Las Vegas. Win number 57 of his Cup Series career comes right here at his home racetrack of Las Vegas. And it'll be a runner-up finish for the 22 of Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski third, Alex Bowman, and a top 5 run by the 21 of Matty Benedetto. Great story for that Wood Brothers number 21 car as he will now come down pit lane and get ready for post-race inspection here. But Kyle Busch, your winner here today at Las Vegas. He ran in Friday night's Truck Series race. Wasn't really all that dominant on Friday night as well, and even though he did not get the win, came here. You have to believe he learned a little bit from that race on Friday night, and certainly helped him here this afternoon. And he will go to victory lane here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at your race results now. We only went through the top 5, but Kevin Harvick will come on with a top 10. He is 6th. Eric Jones, 7th. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and Kurt Busch, your top 10 as we come off of the Pennzoil 400. Then you have William Byron and Denny Hamlin did a nice job of covering after that. And remember, he had some severe damage in that crash, but he came home to get 12th place. Nice run for the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And I believe Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Eric Jones, the only 3 drivers to score top 10s in both the Daytona 500 and this afternoon at Las Vegas. As we begin with 13th on down, Austin Dillon. Nice top 15 run by Christopher Bell. That's his career best finish. Ryan Preece, top 15. Martin Truex, 16th. And Chris Buescher will round out the top 20 with Bubba Wallace rounding out the top 24. There's 53 Bailey Curry, 25th. Ross Chastain, 26th. Sorry, not 26th, 28th. He would be the last car to finish the race. He was about 2 laps down to race leader Kyle Busch, and he will end up 28th. And 29th on down, Cole Custer all the way to Joey Gase. The drivers who do not finish after they got caught up in one of the 2 big crashes on the track. One crash happened down in turn number 1, the other one down off turn number 4. And now we will look at the chase grid coming off of the Pennzoil 400. And right now we have 2 names in yellow, and they belong to the Busch brothers. Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch are now locked into the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr. 40 points to the good, but still pretty early, very early to be talking about the playoffs. And that will wrap up our weekend here in Las Vegas. And now we will set our sights on race number 3 of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, which will take place at the Auto Club Speedway next Sunday afternoon. We will also have the NASCAR Xfinity Series on Saturday afternoon. Also, make sure you check out the on Friday night the ARCA Menards East Series from Five Flag Speedway down in Pensacola, Florida. Race number 2 of the East Series campaign will be on Friday night from Five Flag Speedway. Make sure you check that out as well here on March of 531. So that will wrap up the weekend. We'd like to thank you guys for joining us here for the Pennzoil 400. It is Kyle Busch in victory lane, and he will be your winner of the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. And we will see you next weekend here on March of 531. Goodbye, everyone.